on the radar from the crib. Yo, I got my guy, Hass Irv. Hassy, what's up?
It's good, baby. We here.
What's up? Harlem's own in the well, not in the building. I'm still used to being like, yo, we here right now. What's up, bro? What you up to? How's life?
Everything's good. I'm good right now. Just dropped this project and everything, so just watching everything unfold, making shit happen.
Yo, bro, you got such an interesting story, and I'm sure you've told it before, but I want to hear from you. And I know you've lived in Harlem, you've lived in Africa before. Like, what's the story with you moving back and forth from New York to Africa?
So, my mom sent me to Africa when I was young. When I was 2. Like I was born here, and my parents divorced when I was 2. So my mom, since she was like, first generation, come out here from her family. My mom came out here when she was 18. She had me when she was 22. So, she didn't really have much. So she had to send me back home to live with my grandmother. I grew up out there. I didn't really understand, what was going on when I was younger. And when I came back, I wasn't really automatically African-American, I was more leaning towards the African side because I was born here, but I didn't get a chance to even, get a real sense of my, my New Yorker sense of myself, So when I came back, I didn't really speak English. Everything for me was just fitting in, Everything for me was just about fitting in.
So I think it's kind of cool that you got like that you've had that time overseas and like obviously in New York and Harlem. So how is that like, I guess, how's that time overseas and having that time in Harlem at the same time? How is that like kind of blended into your music, or if it's even blended into your music?
Shit, I feel like aside from music alone, it just shaped my character and shaped myself to really have like a sense of uniqueness, to everything I do, not just music. So like in terms of fashion, how I dress myself, how I think, how I treat my elders, all of that is completely different because I was raised with the African tradition, but then I came here and kind of had to adjust to balancing out both because, American tradition is so different, like we do one thing and in America it's the complete opposite. So it's just kind of learning to balance both out, so I feel like it's kind of like the same with my music. Like I'm so versatile with music. It's like I do some melodic songs. I do some rager songs. For me, my swag could be like preppy. My swag could also be like really thuggish. Like I could do whatever I want. Like I feel like I'm really versatile because of my background. I've learned to adapt in so many different situations. So,
yo, I think it's pretty. You was talking about fashion, and I know that you was big into like sneaker reselling when you was younger, bro. So. And I'm sure you're still in the sneakers now because that love never goes away. But I wanted to ask you, like, how do you feel like the sneaker game has changed? Because I feel like that's a question that, like, artists don't get asked enough, especially those who are into sneakers. How do you feel like for you when you were younger and, like, growing up in Harlem and trying to hustle and get sneakers, how has it changed from then to now? And, like, do you think it's gotten worse?
Shit whack now. That shit whack.
Yeah, facts.
Like, niggas just want to go and follow each other to get the main drip. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas go to Chrome Hearts and now everybody's standing online at Chrome Hearts. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like now it's not even about sneakers. It's just drip. Like niggas don't care what sneakers it is. Niggas don't care what like. And I feel like in the middle of this pandemic that we got going on, like everybody's getting money and doing all of this. It's like sneaker game's done, man. Like for at least for what it was for me. You know what I'm saying?
Now, have you ever won on the sneakers app before? I have to ask that because I know I've never won.
Yeah, I did win the sneakers app one time.
Oh, you did win? Because I feel like the sneakers app is rigged. Like how you was talking about how like people start going to one shop and then everybody start going there. Obviously, I feel like the sneakers app is kind of similar and everybody got bots now trying to secure the kicks and shit.
Nah, for real. That app is crazy. I forgot I think I won the Travis Scott 4s on there when they first came out. The only one that.
There was like I feel like the sneakers app is like you could win once and then you never go and win again. It's clipped for you. That's it.
That joint, I don't even try on that bitch. I'd be ready to just walk in the store and just pay the price. Fuck it. Because it's like the headache of thinking you're going to win and not winning is just frustrating. Because you be on there thinking you're going to win for real.
I feel like it was still better back in the day when like Foot Locker would have like the countdown and shit like that on their website. And like there was still a good chance that you wasn't going to get the kicks anyway. But I feel like that was at least you knew what you was getting into back then. Now it's just like when you go on the sneakers app and you click on the shoe and the size and whatever, it's just like, all right, we'll hit you. And if you win, you win. And then you like, you gotta like wait all day instead of like, on like Foot Locker, used to just be like, all right, you lost. That's it. Sorry.
You ever heard of this store called Round Two? There's this store called Two in the Lower East Side. They got some pretty good stuff too.
I've heard about Round Two, but I've never been there before. It's fire?
Yeah, nah, it's fire. They got a lot of exclusives. And it's like kind of like, I don't want to say a thrift shop, but it's kind of like one of those things where every day there's something new. Like people sell stuff to them. So you'll catch an exclusive that wasn't there a week ago or that might not be there for the next couple of months. You know what I'm saying? So it's really more so like whenever you pull up, you don't know what you'll get. I fuck Around Two.
That's dope. Now that you mentioned that, I gotta go pull up now because I feel like you be knowing because you be in the city and you be getting all these sneakers and shit.
We out. I'm gonna take you. I go there like every week. My boy Sosa work there. He gonna hook us up. We out.
Perfect. Yo, so I also I saw you was in the Dapper Dan campaign, which I thought it's such a dope moment for Harlem and all that. How did you get in that campaign? Like, how did that? Because obviously you into fashion, but how did that campaign come about for you?
So with Dap, it all happened pretty quick. Like my manager just like called me one day, like, "Yo, you doing a Dapper Dan shoot?" And I mean, I just said yes. I mean, I couldn't say no. I was that. You know what I mean? But I've been like a big fan of Dapper Dan since I was in middle school. Like once when I really learned who he was, watching Paid in Full, just being from Harlem and seeing him around, and like as I grew up, I just started being more and more into fashion. So he was somebody who, when I saw him in the street, I would stop him. And Dap is the type of person, like when you stop him in the street, he really gonna stop and talk to you. So I've had several conversations with Dap before we even did that shoot on the tip where he was just giving me insight, telling me about like being African and how our skin comes from wealth and how we really should take pride in, being from Harlem and how our parents, like the ones before us, like he was talking to us about how like Shaq's dad used to work with him and like work with like the fashion and do all of this stuff since like the 80s or 90s when our parents first came here. So it's just like seeing somebody like that who was around when my parents just arrived to the States and when they were figuring things out, and look at him now, it's just like, it's an honor to be able to work with him. And that's somebody who I look forward to working to again in the future, honestly.
Did he give you any advice? Like, did he give you any gems when y'all had like different conversations that you really like took to heart?
My biggest thing, honestly, like I said, my biggest thing was just, he always made sure that we take pride in being African. Cause like growing up, it wasn't always the coolest thing to be African. People was, calling people names. It was tough, being a first generation African. So I feel like with that, growing up in that, not growing up, but coming up in that era and then seeing this new generation of Africans like myself, people like Shaq, people like Hamid Diallo, like, actually becoming influencers, playing ball, doing this. So I feel like when he sees us in Harlem, his main thing is just telling us to just be prideful when it comes to being African and rock that shit like it's the flyest shit ever in the world. You feel me?
Yo, I love that. And yo, I saw that one of your records made it into the first season of Euphoria, which was so crazy because when I went back and listened to the song, I vividly remember hearing the record in the show. And I think that that's so dope because, first of all, Euphoria is such an enormous show for HBO and groundbreaking. So for you, what was that like, I guess, when you saw your record being played on like one of the biggest TV shows of last year?
I was shocked. I was shocked. I was like, oh shit. Yo, that's HBO. I was like, yo, my song is on HBO. Cause my ex called me. She was like, yo, I think my ex is the one who told me. She was like, yo, I think I hear your song on Euphoria. I was like, what? And she sent me the link and she gave me her HBO account to log in so I could watch it. And I logged in. I was like, what the fuck? That's really my song. And then I had on my lawyer because I was like, what the fuck?
I know, you was like, yo, where's my bag at?
I had on my lawyer and, we figured that out. But, I mean, other than that, I was, like, shocked. Like, I was hyped. And then they, like, did a whole Euphoria Apple Music playlist. Song went up a whole bunch of fucking streams, all that shit. Everything just made sense after that. So
now, for me, that's kind of crazy that they never told you that the record was going to be in the show. Like, they didn't even, like, hit you.
They told me. It's funny because they contacted me before asking about the song, but we never followed through.
Right.
and then I just found out the song was on the show.
They said, fuck it, we ain't talking about. We're gonna add it to the show anyway.
I guess so, cause I mean, hey, I got a good lawyer, so you know, anybody want to try that shit, you can try to get it. It don't matter.
And I think it was extra cool because that was also the that song was part of the 1800 Seconds project situation that Pusha had you on. So I think that was like, it's a cool little back-to-back situation that you had with that record, and then for it to like culminate in it being in Euphoria is just like such an amazing, I guess, outcome to the whole Pusha situation.
Yeah, shout out to Push too, man.
So for the people who don't know, what happened? What was the 1800 Seconds thing with you and Pusha? For anybody who doesn't know, real quick.
It was just a curated album, brought to you by 1800 Tequila. So 1800 Tequila selected about 10 artists who they saw potential in to kind of be, you know, to be guided by a Push, to have him executive produce our records for the project. So, you know, they had us come out to California, sit in studio with Push. We kind of had more of leeway to figure out, you know, to make our own record and pick our own beat, but we had Push in our corner to kind of, add his little finishing touch, you know, listen in, played him some other records, got some insight from him, and, you know, just got to really just be around the legend and get to soak up that energy, you feel me, as an artist who was unsigned at the time and just learning. That was just a beautiful moment for me in this experience that I'm gonna definitely hold dearly.
I love that. And you got your new project, No Patience, out now. Super dope. Dropped back in August. Man, talk to me a little bit about this project, man. Like, did it accomplish everything that you hoped it would accomplish so far? Like, how you feeling now that we're almost a month since it's out?
I ain't done yet. I'm thinking about doing a deluxe. I'm trying to see if I could do a deluxe to the project.
I feel like deluxe is like what everybody is like kind of like doing because of quarantine. It's like, all right, well, I got all this, you know, new music that I can't put out. We're in quarantine, you know, like obviously they did it for Pop. Uzi did it. A Boogie did it. Like all these artists have put out deluxe. So I feel like that's a quarantine standard at this point.
I don't know yet because I have so much music, and I feel like with No Patience, I put it out just because I signed a year ago, and you know, I was waiting to drop my project for a while. So after a while, I just felt like I had deprived my fans of music so long that they were becoming impatient, and I was impatient with them. So I mean, like, we got No Patience together. Like, I was just trying to give my fans this project and let them know that I'm with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, after this project, this is the last time I'll ever have them waiting again. I want to be able to feed them as much as I can. I want to be able to show them that I ain't sitting around, I ain't waiting. I'm experimenting. I'm in the studio every day, and I am. So, you know, with this project, I'm thinking about dropping the deluxe, but in all reality, I got like 3 other projects just sitting. So it's like they'll definitely get a fresh project before the end of the year.
And you've also done a couple videos for this project. You just dropped the video for Geronimo the other day. Is like for you, is like visuals important? Because I feel like your visuals are super dope and super unique like just as unique as the music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for me the visuals definitely matter. I'm trying to make my projects more of a visual experience, little by little. So this first project, No Patience, was just more of a run through. You get what I'm saying? It's called No Patience, so everything was less planned and more lifestyle. Like with All Day, you see us all on the train smoking. That was what we were doing at the time. Like we were in the train smoking, and me and my boys were like, "Yo, we should shoot a video doing this shit," and we did it. And then with Geronimo, it's like it's just an upgraded kind of lifestyle with No Patience. The whole moral of the shit is like we're not waiting for anything to come to us. So everything is fast paced. We Geronimo now. You know what I'm saying? We in a Rolls Royce. We doing things different. We still bringing it to the block. For me, so it's like. With this whole project, I kind of want to just show everybody the life I'm living as it's happening. You know, we're going to shoot 4 more videos. They're all going to be fire. They're going to be what I'm doing at the moment. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a lifestyle thing. It's not going to be forced.
I think I fuck with that heavy because, like, yo, it's like you basically just showing people how you living. You know what I'm saying? It's not just like you coming up with like some convoluted concept for a video. It's more like, all right, this is what it's really like, especially in New York right now, especially in Harlem, especially on the trains. During COVID, you know what I'm saying? You just putting out music that like really shows what it's like to be in the city right now.
For real. I'm trying to show people like what they can make of out of nothing, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like a year ago, like I barely could even shoot a video. Now it's like I'm trying to make sure that when I shoot a video, every time there's something in it that shows people growth. You know what I'm saying? Like my visuals, I want people to see my growth. When I do them, part of it is for them to like, you know, hear the song and visualize it better. But for the majority, for me, it's like for me to show people growth. You know what I'm saying? Show people a newer version of myself every time. So even if it takes me 3 months to drop my next video, so be it. But there will be some factor of growth in there, or some sense of a newer version of me, so that they can see that, all right, Hass is growing. Hass is, you know.
Fuck with that heavy. So what else you got coming up? I know before you said you was gonna take over the world next. That's your next goal.
Yeah, that's my main goal. You know, there's never an end goal, but if there was one, that would be it right there until somebody dethrones me, you know. But once I get there, I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do with the world. But,
so aside from taking over the world, you said you got a couple projects worth of music coming up. What is your plan for the rest of 2020? You said maybe Deluxe for No Patience. Anything else you got like in the works or planning or plotting on?
Yeah, I got 2 more videos in the tuck, dropping 2 more videos for the project. Definitely gonna drop another project, just choosing the songs and honestly which project I'm gonna drop first. Like I said, I got 3 projects in the tuck. I'm gonna drop one before the end of the year, and then the next one will drop in 2021. So got a lot of exciting new music, new visuals, working on some new content, and merch. Merch is gonna be fire. I got a whole bunch of like dope stuff on the way.
And you from Harlem, so I know your merch is gonna be, that shit gotta be different, bro.
Yeah, you know I gotta rock that fly shit.
So something I have New York artists do when I interview them. If you could do a record right now, let's do like, if you could do a record right now with someone from like, I don't know, the 90s or the early 2000s, or someone has passed away, someone from like the last generation of hip hop, and then someone from like the newer generation of hip hop, who would you pick? So 2 artists.
I will go with Juicy J and Pop Smoke.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Did you ever get to meet Pop when he was alive, or you
Nah,
never
I
got to
never
make
met
that
him.
connection?
I never met him. That's why I said Pop Smoke, because like I wish I met him, and I wish I got to like, and maybe not even make a song, because that's just, I mean, everybody would want to make a song with Pop Smoke, but it's just like his energy and the way he swagged out being like from New York was just the same. I would do everything he did per se, like in terms of persona and just character, I would do the same way. You get what I'm saying? Just being suave, cool. He's really like, I don't know. I feel like when it came to being like a leader of New York and drill rap, he carried himself in a way where he never tarnished his image as who he was, but he always kept that, you know what I'm saying, that A-list vibe, you know what I'm saying? He always kept that business, that poise, he kept that, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I fuck with Pop Smoke's energy.
And he never like switched up, and he was really kind of like the beginning of what we're seeing now with like this New York kind of, I guess, renaissance in music, if you want to call it that, with like everybody coming up and everybody, you know, clearly there's more visibility for artists like yourself as well in the city.
Yeah. It's like, I feel like for a lot of artists who started rapping when A Boogie kind of blew up, Pop Smoke was that newer wave for the next generation of artists. You know, like when A Boogie kind of came up, and then a lot of people like, you know, in New York got it, was like, all right, bet, I'm gonna get on my shit. I feel like Pop Smoke was that new resurgence for like, you know, people who want to do drill, or anybody from New York who felt like they were a young nigga who could do it too.
Yeah, and I think that definitely, like, you know, his legacy is still felt, and obviously, you know, New York is at a point music wise now that's completely different from where we was at 2-3 years ago. And I think that is dope that, you know, everybody in New York music wise is eating, you know, like with your song on Euphoria, people having soundtracks and movies. Like, I think it's so dope how everybody kind of gets to eat now. And it's also part of his legacy.
For real. He was about to do movies and all that. That dude was fire.
I know, man. It's crazy. Well, before I let you go, man, anything you want to let the people know, like anything the people got to look out for, anything that, you know, now is the time to plug it in. Yeah.
They need to, I want to tell the people, look out for yourself and be yourself. Always make sure you're good. Always make sure your family good first. Always make sure your people straight, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we only live one life, and we got to make sure we live this shit with a purpose. So, you know, if you're an artist or if you're trying to be a creative, just don't lose sense of purpose and don't lose sense of self, because, you know, being in this industry, you know, we're always networking, we're always outside, we're always around other people. So it's kind of hard to focus on our inner self and focus on our well-being. So that's just my main message to everybody. Is just, you know, during this whole thing. You know, be productive, be proactive, be interactive, but also be, you know, be aware of self, and always make sure you're good and be yourself. Don't let nobody change you up.
Boom. There it is, man. Yo, let the people know where they can follow you at, where they can get your music, all that beautiful stuff.
All right. My name is Hass Irv. You can get me on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, SoundCloud, Instagram, Facebook, all that. Hass Irv, HASSIRV. Make sure you go check my guy Gabe out. Shout out to him.
Yes,
Appreciate you having me, bro, for real.
Of course, man. Of course, man. Always got to help anybody in New York. You know what it is, especially now. We need each other more than ever.
And we going around too as soon as I land. Don't forget.
There it is. Yo, we got to go get some new kicks, bro. I ain't bought kicks
we're going to get some kicks. You're going to get a Hass Irv selection. I'm make sure I get you right. We out.
Bro, I did have a cop kicks in dumb long, so I'm definitely excited to go to round 2, man. I definitely need some new kicks in rotation.
Hell yeah. When I land, I'm going to hit your phone. We're going to go. Got you.
There it is, man. Say less. Yo, it's Hass Irv on the radar, bro. Appreciate you.
Perfect. Hass Irv on the radar. Checking out.